It's the 9th of May 2026 and we're still in Cape Town. Today we have a tour booked to take us out to the Cape of Good Hope and some stops along the way. Angela is pretty excited because she's done this trip before, but I don't know what to expect. We're going to be heading around in an anti-clockwise loop, but I don't know that yet. When Angela went, they went and came back along the coast, so it didn't matter what side you sat. So let's hop on the bus and see what the day brings us. So we're heading out to the Cape of Good Hope this morning. Driving through some of the areas we could see from the top of Table Mountain yesterday, which is distinctly clouded in. When we left the hotel about half an hour ago, it was clear, but not anymore. We're driving right along the coast, but I'm on, as usual, the wrong side of the bus, so I can't see anything. I'll show you on the way back, if we come back this way.
To do what we call the Cape Peninsula tour. Our Cape Peninsula have got 4 mega spots. We have the Seal Island where you guys gonna catch a boat. They will take you about 45 minutes. We have a Cape of Good Hope, Cape Point, and the borders of the Penguins. Inside the 4 mega spot, we have small stops to allow you to have more pictures for souvenir. Not long into the journey and the views are spectacular. The camera doesn't cut it to show what I can see. Shame all the seats on the right of the bus had taken when we got on. Oh well, I'll just have to make the best of it. Called them 12. Me, I always say maybe he was drunk while he was counting. Because when we count, we get 18. When he counted, he got 12. He was drunk, definitely.
I'm just going past Camps Bay Beach.
On the left-hand side here, this is called the Bay Hotel. The most expensive hotel in this area. Even my monthly salary cannot cover a night here. That's how expensive it is.
The mountains behind. It's a bit further up the coast. We'll be going sort of like on a road carved where the mountains come down right to the ocean.
Okay, the area is called the Camps Bay. Long time ago, Camps Bay used to be a farmland that was owned by a lady called Anna Kokoma, who fell in love with one of the British captain called Van Camp. One thing get to another, they got married.
Even though I'm not on the ocean side, I'm not starved for views. Even with the wide view on this camera, it doesn't show how towering these peaks are right above us.
I know it's not easy. Even if you go to their land in Kwatu and you get two Khoisan talking, the only thing you're going to hear is that's the way they're communicating. So they live here.
As in a lot of our trips in South Africa, there's so many eucalyptus trees through here, it definitely reminds you of home. Anyway, we're heading that direction along the coast road here. This is the settlement that we saw from the top of Table Mountain yesterday. There's lots of picture vendors and everything. First stop at a beach, Maiden's Head Beach or something, and there's dashes on the rock. Yeah. There. And for perspective, this is the cable station. That's where we were up there yesterday.
see some Bessies.
Yep. We continue south to Hoot Bay. This is where we'll hop on a boat for a quick trip out to one of the Cape fur seal colonies. They occasionally get orcas and elephant seals here, but not today, I don't think. We haven't even got out to the seal colony yet, and there's a seal here. To have a look at a seal colony. Plenty of Cape fur seals around.
The sentinel that is looking up into the sky.
Ours is built up the side of this Sentinel Peak. To those islands there with the seals. Yes, and it's a bit choppy.
Right everyone, this is Jackass Island, known as Seal Island here in Hout Bay. The island originally gets its name from the black birds that see on the rocks.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to leave the island. Make sure you're holding on to the side of the whale stick.
This seal looks like it has or had some fishing line or something around its neck. It's an all too common problem. Time to head back to shore for the rest of our trip. There are seals in these kelp beds hunting fish or playing around. That's Chapman's Peak Road cut into the side of the mountain. We'll be heading that way to get to the Cape. Back to Hout Bay. This is Hout Bay from a lookout on the Chapman's Peak Road. Scenery or what? This is Hout Bay. That's the islands where we went to have a look at the seals. Just up there. We've just stopped for a little break on the Chapman's Peak Road, and what do we find off the coast here is our ship. That's the Norwegian Sun that we'll be boarding tomorrow. So going through Nordhook, this is where that lighthouse is that we saw from Table Mountain yesterday. Snake's Head Lighthouse, and yes, it's nowhere near the Cape of Good Hope, which is about an hour further down the coast, and it's where we're heading now. We're into the Cape of Good Hope section of the Table Mountain National Park. Cape of Good Hope National Park. The light and the haze. It's beautiful.
To buy more spice. This is the information center and the tree I was talking about. So Bartholomew couldn't go. He got angry and went back to his country. Gave the report to the king, calling this place the Cape of Storm. 10 years later, the king Louis Vasco da Gama decided to come to South Africa. The two men are the one who changed the name from Cape of Storm to Cape of Good Hope. They decided to change the name to encourage people to visit this place more often. And also it was for their business purpose. And that's why it's no longer called the Cape of Storm, it's called the Cape of Good Hope.
Quick geography update here. The Cape of Good Hope is not the southernmost point of Africa, nor the point where the Atlantic and the Indian Oceans meet. That's Cape becuase, which is about 200 kilometres further to the east. If we get to Cape Town again, we'll have to make the trip out there, considering our hometown faces the Indian Ocean. The Cape of Good Hope is, however, a major navigational landmark. So this is the Cape of Good Hope. Fit in a bit of a more scenic bit with less people in. Just doing the touristy thing of getting our pictures taken with the sign. Our guide is busy taking pictures of all of us tourists at the Cape sign. Luckily there's only 12 of us.
Go ahead. Practice something quickly.
No, we didn't do the walk, it's just like a photo opportunity. Unfortunately, we've only got about 20 minutes, 15 minutes here. If we load back to the bus, we have to do the Macarena, and I'm not doing that. So this is the Cape of Good Hope, and I have to make a correction that this is not where the Indian Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean meet. That is a different cape about 200 kilometres to the west, to the east of here. So lesson learned, that's one of the good things about doing these tours. And there's some seals here too. I keep seeing seals in the water doing all these spectacular jumps and everything like that, but I can never find them when I've got the camera out. So, this is Saturday and it's quite busy here. Not massively touristy. Heavily quieter if you come during the week. The next stop is Cape Point, which is only a short distance away. This is where the Cape of Good Hope Lighthouse is located. That's the funicular that goes up to the lighthouse. You can see pulling into the top station. So we've decided to chicken out somewhat and get tickets for the funicular, which is just right here, rather than walk up there. Two cars pass here. The upper funicular station. We have a limited time here, so it's quicker to take the funicular, plus it preserves my dicky hip. I don't want another trip where I'm hobbling around, as I have a walk in an African forest booked later in the trip.
We haven't get to the Good Hope yet.
That's where we're on there.
Quite a view from up here near the lighthouse. Not going to walk all the way up to the lighthouse because I'm worried about doing my hip like I did in New Zealand. There are a lot of steps. Yes, I'm panting. Yes, it's steep. The view over False Bay from high up near the lighthouse is spectacular. And that's actually the Cape of Good Hope from Cape Point. And we got the funicular from down where everything is parked down there. I'm very glad we did. I wouldn't have, my knee is giving up with the climb up these stairs. I've been here for about half an hour trying to get a shot of the lighthouse from here with no people walking up and down, and I have finally concluded it's not going to happen. So this lighthouse was abandoned in the turn of the 20th century because it's too high up and it's often clouded in, which is, I believe, the Lusitania came to a second end. The old lighthouse. Do it again. The old lighthouse keepers' cottages here. Time to head back down to the bus. You have to hang on if you don't have a seat because the funicular itself has a fast takeoff.
Thanks. So sorry. It's okay.
Heading off to our next stop, which is the Boulders Beach African Penguin Colony in Simonstown. This is also going to be our lunch stop. Heading back out now. It's 12 o'clock, so we head off to our lunch stop. Okay, so we've left the Cape of Good Hope National Park and we're heading towards Simonstown, so which is further west, further east. I keep getting my directions mixed up. Still got a few things to do today. Great scenery. On the road here.
There's one on your right here. Troublemaker.
We slow down for some baboons on the road. Group here, the main group's over the other side of the car.
They are busy digging for worms. The red bums are the female and grey bum are males. Our baboon is called Chamkans. We have about 5 family of them. And each of them have got the...
We arrive at the penguin colony. These used to be called Jackass penguins because of the donkey-like call they make. As usual, they were very quiet while I was recording. These are quite small penguins, not like the big king and emperor penguins. The boardwalk protects the penguins from the people, plus gives them access to the upper beach. Then we head off into town to get something to eat. Okay, going through Simonstown. Quite nice older buildings here. can't see anything through the front window, so we can't give you a direct view down the main street. Since we're stopping in Simonstown for lunch, I can show you the main street. Also, main naval base. Something we don't have to put up with in Australia, baboons. What all the commotion was about. He's a big lad too. So that was lunch. Angela had the kudu burger and I had some of the best calamari I've ever had and tried a couple of local wines while I was out at it. So off now to I don't know where, but heading further east from Simonstown. So we're on our way back to the city now. We've got one more stop. I don't know what we're going to be doing. But the coast, the views over the coast are spectacular, but unfortunately they're on the other side of the bus. I got the mountain side and we're going to loop around the mountain and not go back the way we came. So I'm not going to be able to show you much footage of the coast other than what I took from when we were stopped. So I guess it's one of those cases where you'll just have to come yourself and have a look. Apologies for not being able to show you more, but the coast along here is just unbelievably spectacular. This is our conveyance for the day, but we're back in the area called becuase, which was indentured slave housing, and it's got all these nice coloured houses, and it's a predominantly Muslim area because of the areas where the people were collected from to serve as slaves. Ooh! Yeah, we were up through here yesterday on the way up to Table Mountain. Speaking of which, Table Mountain's looming in the background again with the wide lens on this. Looks a long way away, but it's not. It's being a predominantly Muslim area, there's a lot of pro-Palestine street art here. Try not to get in other people's shots. And this is us here, I think. Back in our little hotel for dinner and then to get ready to leave in the morning. Tomorrow we board our ship for the trip to Southampton in England via the west coast of Africa. Join us in the next video as we negotiate the worst part of any cruise, boarding the ship, have a quick explore of our new home for the next few weeks, and then depart into the night to seek new lands. Well, in the case of our first stop, an old land that we've been to before, but not by sea. See you then.